Choice Book Report by Amber Bevins. The book I chose to read was A Walk in Their Kicks, Literacy, Identity, and the Schooling of Young Black Males, written by Aaron Johnson. Aspects of reading instruction involved. This book addresses how to help teachers reach young Black male students. The focus is on positively keeping students engaged with literacy by using their social nature. I chose the book because I felt it could help me connect with my students. I teach at a minority school and often have problem young males. I wanted to increase my knowledge to know how to best reach students. And more specifically, I really wanted to understand why some students struggle with reading, and it seems to be tied in with socioeconomic status, some of their trauma from their life, and some of the things that they've just been through, and how they are multiple grade levels behind in reading, and what can I do to connect to those students. In the introduction, the author recounts an event from his youth as a fifth grader growing up in Detroit. A teenager stopped him by pointing a gun in his face to steal his shoes. The teenager did not make away with his shoes because his feet were too big. But this event stuck with him for the rest of his life. The full quote reads, "He stole my innocence. He stole a little piece of my belief in humanity. He could not walk in my shoes, nor could I have walked in his. This is not the only thing that separated us as Black boys attempting to navigate our way in this society, facing similar, seemingly insurmountable odds. I never officially met the young man, but I would venture to say that his educational options were not enough to engage him in academic pursuits. I carried books, he carried guns. I played the violin and cello, he lurked around playgrounds. I solved equations, he robbed people. I was at school playing softball on the playground with my friends when he changed my life. He was not at school. I often wonder what he is doing. I wonder whether he walks in his own kicks or if anyone has ever attempted to walk in his. This is my attempt to walk in his shoes, if only for a moment." I chose this quote because it really connected to the point of the book and how some young students are not intentionally being bad. They've had a hard life. They need to see that somebody cares about them. Future impact on teaching. Giving a damn. There's a chapter titled in this book, Giving a Damn, and it is just very powerful. It is as simple as the statement sounds. Students need to feel connected to their teacher. They need a feeling of belonging and that their teacher cares for them. The quote at the bottom is used at the top of the chapter. It says, "A child cannot be taught by anyone who despises him, and a child cannot afford to be fooled." This makes me think of some students that are very challenging, low readers, and struggle to get along in school, and how they need to feel as teachers we do care about them. We don't hate them or dislike them, and we want to see them succeed, and we want to help them succeed. Actions to take to help students understand. We need to create a culture where the treatment of Black students can be challenged by other teachers or people in the building. Allow students to choose texts that are relevant to their lives and interests. Develop activities to understand students' cultural backgrounds. Provide access to rigorous curriculum to meet their needs. Future impact on teaching continued. Students need to also feel engaged, understood, and have their need to socialize met. For students to feel engaged in literacy, they need to make connections between school, text, teacher, and life. Teachers need to implement evidence-based instructional strategies to help students. And this also comes from selecting text that students can find relevant. Teachers need to understand turmoil. Students may have faced adverse childhood experiences such as psychological abuse, physical abuse, violence. There's no telling what some of these students have witnessed, have gone through themselves, and are suffering from. And they need to feel that we care for them, that we love them, and we want to help them be successful. Students also have a need to socialize. Putting the learner at the center of instructional decisions helps them feel cared for. Teachers should understand that literacy is a social process. Black male students feel disconnected from school-based literacy. It is up to us to choose more relevant texts to help students be engaged in the classroom, to help put in instructional strategies to help students feel engaged. We have to put in the effort and the extra work to connect to struggling students.